growing a human being and an organ is like no big deal. I have to get this out of the way. Showcasing my bump. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So today I would love to share with you my pregnancy essentials. These are items, products, and practices that I have used throughout the entirety of my pregnancy thus far. At the time I'm filming this, I am currently 36 weeks pregnant, so I feel like I'm far along enough for me to talk about every trimester. I will be introducing every essential in chronological order. However, I still use the products that I started at the beginning of my pregnancy right now, so there is a lot of overlap. Also, this is a long and detailed video, therefore feel free to check out the links and the timestamps in the description box below. And lastly, these must-haves are all my own personal must-haves. This is all my opinion based on my experience. Just know that everyone's got a different way in supporting themselves throughout their pregnancy journey. Therefore, please take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. And now, without further ado, let's begin. First and foremost, before we even get into the first trimester essentials, I gotta say that my faith has been the most indispensable necessity for my pregnancy. If you're watching this and you're pregnant or you're just curious, that's cool too. Pregnancy is such a transformative process. Like, words cannot begin to even describe what takes place mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and hormonally. And even though this great big change occurs over the course of 9 months, growing a human being and an organ is like no big deal. I haven't really talked about my pregnancy on this channel at all, but for the sake of brevity, I will say that I've had a few hiccups along the way. I have also had my fair share of aches and pains, both physically and emotionally. And then just to throw in a bunch of other life changes like moving twice, getting a new car, and dealing with finances, just like adulting, and also recognizing, noticing, and then I guess surrendering to the process of watching your identity and purpose evolve over time incrementally. That in of itself has been like reality altering in a way for me. That's all to say that I've had to have a firm foundation in my faith. And this means for me reading the Bible consistently, studying God's word consistently, praying and praying and praying. Basically, pregnancy can be daunting at times. And I feel like if I didn't have faith in God being sovereign over all things, and if I didn't have confidence in the Lord, then I think I'd be quite anxious and perhaps petrified throughout this journey because a lot happens and you can't do it on your own. Hydration. One of the early pregnancy symptoms I noticed was thirst, so hydration is key. And that means keeping a water bottle with you at all times. I have used this water bottle so much to the point where I've now broken the handle, but I will start using a straw bottle because I feel like this will be helpful when I breastfeed, because then I don't have to twist the top and I can just lean over and just take sips. I also have been drinking a lot of coconut water throughout my pregnancy because I feel like that has helped me quench my thirst, and it helped aid my morning sickness because I felt like sometimes when I would drink water, it would just sit in my stomach and not do anything. Also, coconut water has a ton of electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and sodium, and I would encourage you to find a brand of coconut water that is 100% coconut water only, so that you're not having any additives or like added sugar. Peppermint essential oil. So speaking on the topic of morning sickness, I think something that helped me a little bit was to sniff peppermint essential oil. When I would have a wave of nausea, besides, taking deep breaths, focusing on the moment, and just surrendering to the waves of nausea and praying, I would just open up the essential oil and just sniff it like that, and just so I would have something to focus on rather than being hyper aware of how sick I was feeling. Childbirthing education. My own philosophy with childbirth is that it is a natural, instinctual, beautiful, and transformative process. So with my philosophy and preferences, I think it is paramount for me to equip myself with the tools, resources, education, knowledge, and team members who also complement this philosophy too. 3 things I have found essential. 1 is reading good books on childbirth. So I read Ina May's Guide to Natural Childbirth. It's such a popular book. I'm sure you've heard of it too. Number 2, taking classes and or watching birth content. For me, I took Bridget Tyler's birth course, and I also watched a ton of positive labor and delivery vlogs. Number 3, having a birth team that complements you and your philosophy. So I have an amazing midwife and doula. They have been so supportive, encouraging, and informative throughout this process. Clean self-care products. Once I found out I was pregnant, I immediately made the switch to using cleaner products. Obviously, please do your own research as to what is clean and safe for you to use. What I'm recommending is what I've enjoyed. I love Neza Naturals' lip balm. This is in the flavor creamsicle and it smells like a Terry's orange. I also love the Honest Company's tinted lip balm, and this is in the shade Summer Melon. Another Honest Company item I love is their creme cheek and lip color. This is in the shade Peony Pink. For bronzer and highlighter, I've been using RMS Beauty's Buriti Bronzer, and I've been using their Luminizer highlighter in the shade Magic Luminizer. For mascara, I also use RMS Beauty. This is their Straight Up Mascara. For foundation, concealer, and setting powder, I use Sappho New Paradigms products. For their foundation, I use Rosalina, and for concealer, I use the shade Medium. Skincare. The skincare company Versed sent me a bunch of their products, and it just so happens that they're all pregnancy safe, and I've been loving them. I have a code for 10% off right here, and it won't charge you any extra, so please feel free to get 10% off. I love their Wash It Out Gel Cleanser. My husband and I both use this, and we love it so much. I also love their Baby Cheeks Hydrating Milk Toner. And lastly, I enjoy using their Stroke of Brilliance Brightening Serum. Body and hair care. I've been using Sukin's hair care, so their conditioner and their shampoo. They have a bunch of different kinds. I just always rotate and try different things. For body wash, I've been using Elafia's Everyday Shea Body Wash. This is unscented, and I have very little left actually. And for toothpaste, I've just been using Tom's Simply White toothpaste. For face cream, I have been using organic shea butter because I've been breaking out quite a bit. I have a lot of skin irritation. I deal with eczema and dry patches due to like the hormonal imbalances pregnancy has brought on. So I feel like something that's heavy and very nourishing to my body is the best way to go for me. Eating nutritiously and holistically. Making good food choices is a crucial part to my pregnancy. Now, don't get me wrong. I have had my fair share of cravings. I've had McDonald's. I love a good pizza. I love a good grilled cheese. But all in all, I've been really intentional about what I've been putting into my body because for me personally, even before pregnancy, I have a really hard time digesting chips, cookies, McDonald's, that kind of thing. It's the vegetable oil. I just can't do it. So when I have a craving, my husband and I try to break down the source of that craving, like whether I'm craving carbs or fat or something high in protein. From deducing the root of that, we would find a whole food item that would be just fine to help with my cravings. For me, eating nutritiously and holistically is my philosophy when it comes to getting the right nutrients, minerals, vitamins in my system and for my baby. Coffee alternatives. Pre-pregnancy, I used to love a good black coffee. I don't do that now. I haven't done that for almost 9 months. I've been drinking a lot of matcha lattes specifically, and I love a good mocha, and I love a good hot chocolate. For matcha, I've been using Jade Leaf's Organic Japanese Matcha, and I've also liked this organic matcha this is from Costco and this is from Amazon. For hot chocolate, I just bought a big tin of it from Costco. Pregnancy pillow. I've been using the Farmy Docs pregnancy pillow. It's a C-shaped one and I've had amazing sleeps with it. It's super soft and the cover is so easily washable. And yeah, I just love it. So snug. I look like I'm in a floaty. If you're wondering what pregnancy pillow to buy, I am 5'5", so this shape and size works for me easily. And I like that you can curl the ends because of the C shape so that you have something to snuggle like around you. So you're not like just like hugging a log. Now I have to get this out of the way to film other things. Oh. Maternity clothing. Here are my maternity wear essentials. For intimates, I've been loving Old Navy stuff actually. So I have their underwear. I have a couple different kinds. This one I'm showing you. I love the this like V part in the front, so it dips down and it can really hug your belly bump. I'm wearing a size small and I've been wearing it since my second trimester and it fits just fine right now too. And I also love their black lacy one. I don't find it itchy at all. And for bras, I've just been wearing a nursing bra. I have had to size up a couple of sizes throughout my pregnancy and I love the color. As you can probably see, I've been kind of enjoying brown. Pajamas. I have bought a handful of great pajama sets from Amazon. I've got some long sleeve ones, some short sleeve ones. I've got a couple dresses as well, and they are either button up or they have an area in the fabric where you can just pop your boob out for nursing. Tops. I've been wearing my H&M turtleneck since majority of my pregnancy has been in the fall and winter. I knew I needed a solid turtleneck. And I also have been loving my H&M long sleeve top with a little bow that goes on the side and it kind of frames your bump. So I've been wearing that too. For bottoms, I've been loving my H&M flare pants. It's so stretchy, it's so comfortable. I prefer this over leggings because sometimes I feel like leggings can be a bit restrictive, but this flowiness is great. I've also been wearing overalls. I started off with my normal ones until I got too big, and then I bought myself maternity overalls, and this is one from H&M. Dresses. I got myself a black dress from H&M. This is kind of like a black t-shirt, basically. It's very casual, but you can certainly dress this up. And I splurged and treated myself to a maternity dress that's also great for postpartum. And this is from Pink Blush Maternity. It is so gorgeous. And you don't have to go out of your way in buying expensive maternity clothes. You can simply take a long flowy dress that you have, like this one. This is from H&M that I bought like maybe a year or two ago. And I just made it maternity by showcasing my bump. That's it. Epsom salts. When I started to get muscle aches in my legs, I immediately started taking baths using Epsom salts. And I got this one from Whole Foods. This is the One with Nature Dead Sea Spa salts, and this is fragrance free. I have very sensitive skin, so no fragrance is best for me. And I also use Neza Naturals' Muscle Balm Bath Bomb. That stuff is amazing. Exercise ball. This is when I started using an exercise or birth ball. I got mine from Amazon. It's called Urban Fit and it's the size medium. I do a variety of movements with this one, you know, to help with my belly, to help with baby's positioning, to help with just my body in general. And it's also helped me with my posture and my coccyx and pelvic pain, which I have been dealing with since pretty early pregnancy. And those two things are two quite unpleasant things to experience, let me just say. More pillows. So with the discomfort I've been feeling as I'm progressing further and further along, pillows are my best friend. I got these pillow inserts from Costco. This is the Calvin Klein brand and they were surprisingly really cheap. So great quality for a pretty low price. And I love these pillow covers, very soft. Love the green as well. These are from Amazon. I love their bedding set. I'll link them all down in the description below. So what I do with these pillows is basically I sleep with the pregnancy pillow, a pillow between my legs. I hug a pillow, kind of like stuff it, my belly and the bed, a pillow on my head. It's a whole configuration. I know this seems ridiculous, but you really need pillows. Lactose-free milk. I know this is a weird essential. It's probably just my craving, but I had to mention this. I've noticed in my third trimester, I've been getting more and more thirsty, but water is just not doing it, and I don't always crave coconut water, so lactose-free milk has been the way to go. Lactose-free because your girl is lactose intolerant, milk because it's yummy and it's very nutritious. It contains vitamin A, D, B2, calcium, magnesium, the list goes on. I read somewhere that especially in your third trimester, it's important for you to get enough calcium in your body because if you don't, your baby's going to be taking it from your bones. And since your body's priority is the growth of your baby, not so much you anymore. So you got to make sure you're getting your vitamins and minerals so you stay healthy as well. Flat, comfortable shoes. For footwear, you need something that's easy to slip on, that you don't have to bend over to try to tie it, not that you can bend anymore, really. Like putting on socks, I ask my husband to help me because it's like, I can't do it anymore. I've just been wearing my runners. These are just some shoes I bought from like a few years ago. And I love myself some fuzzy slippers. Got these as a Christmas present, or wear flip-flops, slippers, sandals, whatever's comfy and easy for you to put on. Forms of self-care. As I'm wrapping up this video, I would love to share with you some methods of self-care that I've used that have not only helped me physically, but mentally too. Acupuncture. I think acupuncture has really helped me with relaxing my body, especially if I get like tight and sore hips from lying on one side. You know, just having a couple needles just to help relax that muscle has been very, very helpful. And I hear that it's a great tool tool to help you prep your body for labor as well. And if you're past your due date, I hear that acupuncture is a great, more natural way of inducing labor. Getting a pedicure. Now, if you know me personally, you know that I just don't do manicures or pedicures. And truth is, I've never had a manicure before. What I'm trying to say is that getting pampered is not only a practical thing for you to do because you want to prep your body in certain ways, because you know, I can't bend over to clip my toenails anymore, but it's also a great, gentle, loving reminder that you got to take care of yourself too, because you matter and your body matters. And if you can afford it, I do recommend reaching out to certain specialists like a chiropractor, a physiotherapist, an osteopath, or an acupuncturist to help you with getting adjusted and prepped for something as huge as labor. And that's it. Those were my essentials for every trimester. Let me know down in the comments below if you're pregnant, how far along you are, what must-haves have you been using. As always, thank you very much for watching. I know this is a very different video to what I normally make, but I pray that this video will still be useful. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and to all those who are expecting, all my love goes out to you. I'm praying for you. You can do this. I pray that I can do this too. Alrighty, I will see you in the next one. Bye.